All right, guys.
All right.
How we
Doing
doing?
it.
We good?
We're
Rob,
doing
you
excellent.
good?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, guess what?
What? New book. New book coming out, people.
New book coming out
New book, Truths Uncertainty. Buy it on Amazon. The
in
best
about a couple
self-help
weeks.
book.
Yeah.
Coming out in about a week, people.
New Age philosophy, well, this one deals a lot with social media.
Rob Myers, the philosophizer.
That's right.
I'll buy it as long as you autograph it to me.
I will.
Okay.
I always autograph them.
So I heard the funniest joke in the century.
I'm listening.
Okay, I mean we all know Donald Trump. He has the best punchlines.
Yes.
But I don't know if you've seen this punchline. Tom, can you play it?
I love it.
South Park, man.
I see this about 5 times, and I still think it's hilarious. Quiet,
I
Piggy.
think by far this is the most funniest thing he said as a president. I mean, he should at least be held to a little bit of a higher standard. And can you show the reporter that he said that to? So, and by the way, for the record, she's not overweight. Okay,
I didn't take it that way.
Yeah. Well, can you imagine if the reporter was overweight?
You want to call her
What
skinny?
controversy that would spark?
Quiet, skinny.
Quiet, beanpole. Yeah, it would be the same response. He'd be upset. Yeah, that's all right. He did what he had to do.
You know what? These reporters are assholes, and the way they attack him, we've never seen this during Biden. We never seen this during Obama. Obama, in 8 years, I think maybe 2 senators got up and said something out of line. And as far as the reporters, they put his balls right in their mouth. I mean, it's
No, come on. It happens all the time.
no,
It
it
doesn't
didn't
matter
happen.
which president it
No,
is, Trump,
no
Obama,
reporter,
Senator
no
McCain.
reporter did that to him in public. They didn't when they were questioning him in the room. And this guy's there every day. They never were that disrespectful to Obama.
You know why you don't remember? Because Obama never made comments like that. That's the only reason.
No,
you don't
no
remember.
bullshit. He's making comments like that because they are constantly attacking him. They've been attacking him from 2015, calling him fucking Russiagate. This guy.
Don't forget Nazi.
And
Please.
Yeah, I mean, Obama, they loved him. The media loved him. And he started the whole fucking homosexual movement with the gay marriage and all this woke
All
bullshit.
right, let's pass that. Okay, Obama, the best Democratic president.
Never. No fucking
we
way.
can't do that. They're
No
Democrat.
way.
I
I think
think Bill Clinton is. Bill Clinton.
I think
was a
Bill
great-
Clinton was a better president than Obama.
Expansion under
Yeah,
Bill
yeah.
Clinton.
Bill Clinton was
He
fantastic.
did a nice job. And don't forget Franklin Roosevelt. Let's not forget that.
Well,
Democrat.
no, wait a minute, wait a
Let's not
minute,
forget Harry
wait a
Truman.
minute,
I'm
wait a
throwing some
minute,
names out
wait
there.
a minute,
Don't
wait a
beat me
minute.
up too bad.
Okay, so I just found this out about Herbert. Who is it? Who did I say? The
Hoover was before
Herbert
Roosevelt.
Hoover. Herbert Hoover was rated as one of the worst
Okay,
presidents.
Right.
so I think for some reason I just can't. It just fell out of my mind. But the one that created the national
Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson.
Federal Reserve.
Woodrow Wilson, basically the black people were starting to work in jobs around the government jobs, but not politicians. They were getting jobs. Woodrow Wilson repealed that and kicked them all out.
Yeah,
Okay.
and this man had a doctorate degree, one of our smartest presidents, but yet socially and respectively to individuals, one of the worst presidents.
So the next 2 Republicans pulled him back in. And then FDR froze it because he didn't want to offend the Dixiecrats.
Well, sure, he was an elitist.
Truman started moving towards civil rights again, and then we all know what LBJ did. But can you believe that this guy that created the Federal Reserve, that fucked this whole government up, also stopped black people from progressing in government? And the Democrats are calling Republicans racist?
Save that because we have a story that can be correlated with.
Okay.
Okay, save the Dixiecrats and the black people working in government because we have an interesting story about that. But after Trump, got off of Air Force One, he had a meeting set up with Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia.
Outstanding.
Yeah, and he came here, and they're trying to make a lot of deals together. I don't know if you guys know about this. But
Absolutely, sir, I do.
yeah,
Please continue.
Trump agreed to sell F-35 jets to Saudi Arabia. Matt, what do you think about that?
Well, honestly, I'll be completely honest. They sell them to Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia will sell a couple to China, who will reverse engineer them, in my opinion. And then we got a world of hurt. I know that's a little negative.
Is that part of the 800 billion to $1 trillion of investment? Is that what it is? Is they're buying jets?
The Saudis are investing $600 billion.
It's almost up to $1 trillion now
in the U.S. But obviously, that's going to be a part of it or part of the deal. It can't be one-ended. Obviously, it's a business deal. But also, it's not only about the F-35 jets. It's also about the United States giving AI infrastructure to Saudi Arabia, because Saudis have that, or Mohammed bin Salman has the Saudi Arabia Plan 2030, right, where he wants to build this massive mega AI city that's going to be run through AI. And obviously, U.S. is, the leading country of AI.
Well, remember about 20 years ago, the United States met up with Russia in space. And that was a big controversy because America believed that the United States was giving up intelligence as well as technology to the Russians. And this might be one of the same things by selling them these fighter jets. I honestly have a feeling that they'll sell them back to the Chinese.
I'm sure there'll be some sort of a provision where you cannot sell any F-35 jets to China or any other foreign government. Right. I doubt.
Are they older jets?
No, F-35 is the brand new, crazy jet. I mean, that jet is the most superb jet in the world. I mean, the Russians came up with something equal, but not as great. I forgot the name. I think it's a MiG something. But F-35 definitely is by far the best jet in the entire world. They even sold it to Israel, and when they sold it to Israel, they gave like 90% of the classification of the F-35 jet. They still kept some sort of a what do you call it?
Top secret.
What? Go ahead. They took out some systems from the jet, so just in case if that jet is hit and it gets in the hands of, for instance, I don't know, the Palestinians, or not Palestinians, the Iranians, they won't be able to reverse engineer it and create their own jets. And
speaking of the MiG, MiG rig is back. Da 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 da. I'm loving it.
Which one? What? Tom, can you Google what's the name of the Russian jet? Su-57. Okay, yeah. So this is the equivalent of the F-35, the Russians that came up with. But also on the way of, before making that agreement, this was the funny part. Can you pull this up, Tom, where they were looking at the AutoPen picture?
I heard about that.
When they took for a quick tour, showed him the AutoPen picture.
He was giving him a tour.
So I may not be a big fan of Joe Biden, but he was, to be respectful, he is an elder statesman, and he was the president of the United States. And it may be a joke now for the AutoPen. I understand.
Do you know why he didn't do it? Do you know why he didn't put his picture up?
It was that bad.
No.
No, why?
Because he still doesn't believe that he won fair and square. Think about it. Think about it, right? He still thinks that it was stolen. So that's probably why he's not putting.
Why he thinks that. I mean, they have plenty of evidence, but let's so everyone knows when I say evidence, that evidence only gives you 3 months, because then he's got to be sworn in as the next president.
Yeah.
So it all stops. So you folks who are thinking it was stolen, it very well might have been, but we need a president, and constitutionally, you've got a couple limited amount of time.
Even if he's rated America's worst rated president, I mean, in my opinion. Yeah.
They never should have done that to a man of that age.
Literally, he ruined the country in 4 years.
Isn't that amazing?
Open borders, shed load of money to a foreign country.
The printing of money, don't forget that.
Yeah, hyperinflation. Anyways, food prices and extreme gas prices going up. Anyways.
The problem is with the printing of the money was that there were people that needed that. But these fucking big billionaire businessmen were getting those loans also. And they should have, it's like a billionaire getting Social Security. You should forfeit that. You should have to forfeit that if you're making so much money. Because if you made that money with this country, okay, that should be goodwill. I don't need that money. Why are you taking it when maybe a couple other people can get a little bit more?
It was mostly small businesses, just to let you know. And small businesses did.
Really?
Absolutely.
So Nancy Pelosi's husband's small business?
I don't know.
He got a fucking check.
Okay.
Yes, he
I
did.
don't know how much you got to check for, but majority
He
of
shouldn't have got
those,
shit.
of those loans, SBA loans or PPP loans, most of those were for small businesses. And yes, there were people who committed a bunch of fraud. That's very unfortunate, but that's not the point. They needed it, so
They didn't need it.
so middle class America can continue to function. But speaking of wealth, the very wealthy individuals' files are going to be released. And by the way, just a few hours ago, the Senate unanimously also voted on this. So the Jeffrey Epstein files are going to be released.
Beautiful.
The Congress voted 427-1, except one Republican congressman from Louisiana. Right after that, Tom, I don't know if you knew, but like a few hours later, literally, the Senate passed it.
They said they were going to vote on it tonight.
Yeah, they passed it
Well,
already.
remember, it was Clay Higgins. Clay Higgins is also former law enforcement, so
Yeah.
he has a very big problem with protecting the identity of the victims.
And that's exactly
we
what
need to look at that because we're talking young ladies here.
that's
who
exactly
who
what he
were
said.
abused.
But this is I don't know if you guys read or researched it a little bit more. But this is also controversial. Let me tell you why. It doesn't mean that all of the files are going to be released. Just to let you know,
Of course.
it's going to be only unclassified items. So if there are still classified files that cannot be released due to national security reasons, Patriot Act and national security and so on and so forth, we're still not going to know the whole truth.
So supposedly there's these Democratic judges that are blocking some of this information from coming up.
Tom Hanks is a very powerful man.
But you know what I mean? It's like and I think Trump was trying to protect people, and because they kept attacking him and nobody was sticking up for him, I think he gave him enough rope. Now they're all going to go
In the
down.
beginning, he was kind of against it, and then he switched he switched his script.
He was
and-
for it until he became president. Same thing with Hillary. Before he was president, he would say, lock her up, lock her up.
exactly.
And then when he became president, he said, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to somebody.
Yeah.
So I think he was trying to protect the Clintons and all the other people.
When you're on that high a level, you've got to protect these individuals when you're one of those individuals. Now,
Yes.
people like us, we want to know the truth. I want to know the truth. But, for example, now I give you the example of like when Bill Clinton accidentally ran into the Attorney General. What was her name at the time?
I thought you were going to say he accidentally met Lewinsky.
No.
Or something like that.
Well, no, sure. Okay, I'm not going to go there. Okay, however, the Attorney General at the time, whatever was her name, she and Bill Clinton met on the tarmac in Phoenix. When you're at that high a level, you do not, speaking from experience, you do not accidentally meet on a tarmac for, 10, 15, 20, 40 minutes? Now, like, granted, for example, I was working with the Speaker of the California legislature. Yes. Would we run into Jerry Brown? Of course we would. But that wouldn't result in a meeting. You don't just run into people on that federal level, especially on a tarmac. It was planned as an example. So sorry to go off.
But do you guys think everything is going to be released?
Well, I think let's step back a minute because Marjorie Taylor Greene was on Bill Maher, and she was saying this is something she wanted for women's rights and for women. She really wanted these names to come out, but now she kind of said
Getting bashed by Trump now.
because she was kind of saying Trump was wrong, and he's not going to stand by and he's not going to let somebody talk down to him like that.
Tom, can you play that clip?
While I want to see every single name released so that these women don't have to live in fear and intimidation, which is something I've had a small taste of in just the past few days, just a small taste. They've been living it for years. But the real test will be, will the Department of Justice release the files? Or will it all remain tied up in investigations? Will the CIA release the files? Will a judge in New York release the information? That's information that needs to come out. And will the list of names that these women privately hold, and they hold it
Oh, shut the fuck up.
because
He's just joking
of their
around. Come
fear in
on.
their heart of what would happen to them. if-
Basically, your career just took off because now all those liberals that hated you are all your buddy now. They're all going, oh, my God, she's great. She went after Trump. Now we love her. 2 weeks ago, they hated the woman. Now anybody that goes against Trump, the liberals will jump in bed with and say, oh, you're great now. You're great because you hate Trump. But he said that I wouldn't take anything he said. If he called me some name, I wouldn't go,
But this is interesting about Trump. Anybody says anything against him, instantly they're like black booked.
She kept saying shit against him.
Yeah.
He didn't say until recently. She went on Bill Maher and said shit about him. She was been saying this stuff. Oh, I love MAGA and I support MAGA, but this issue and he's wrong on, and she just wouldn't leave it the fuck alone. Maybe he was working on it. What are you looking for an excuse? I don't know. I mean, it makes no sense to me. The president was working on it. I think he tried to save people, and he just had enough, and he said, fuck it. Now go vote for it.
I think that's where we are now. I think, Rob, I think you're absolutely correct that he was looking to protect people, and the public's demanding it, and they're jumping down his throat again. But at the same time, they're all, the Dems are putting this out there really to cover what other real issues are happening in the world today.
And the head of Harvard stepped down.
Oh yeah, head of Harvard, yeah, because he was on the list too, right?
He was. There's emails with
Larry
him.
Summers?
Yeah, there's emails with him and Epstein.
Yeah.
He's asking how do I go about trying to pick up young girls?
No.
And remember Prince Andrews. He's been totally, I can't think of the right word, debarred, diffused, pushed away by the royal family for his actions during the Epstein scandals. I mean, look, it happened. It's there. How about this? Oprah Winfrey, one of her private airplanes, had 30 visits to Epstein's Island. 30.
Oprah Winfrey.
Can you Google that, Tom?
I can't stand that woman.
Yeah, I mean, look, I like Oprah. She went at it. She did it. She made herself a success. And now she's believing her own press. I guess that's the way of being famous. When her students were kidnapped, Oprah Winfrey did not fly a plane to Epstein's Island.
What do you mean her students were kidnapped? What does that mean? The claim Oprah's private jet visited Epstein Island 11 times.
Sorry,
Students at her school were kidnapped?
Oh, yeah, they're saying that Oprah Winfrey School in Africa, if I am correct, she has a girls' school out there, and those girls
were sexually molested.
Absolutely. Not only were they sexually molested, but they were actually taken from the school that Oprah vowed protection for.
Oh, wow.
So these young women could grow up in a safe environment.
No way.
I mean, look, honestly, I don't want to let's put out the scandal that Oprah Winfrey is selling young gals, but that's not true at all. Sorry, I never should have said that.
What are you going to do?
Oh, can you go up, Tom, per second? Where are the girls from your school? This is a title of an article. Oprah Winfrey faces storm of accusations about controversial South African school amid DNC appearance. And this is August of last year.
I find it hard that Oprah Winfrey would knowingly know about this. I mean, we're talking about a woman who was sexually molested by your father, brothers, uncles.
So she says.
So she says.
So she says. The thing is, the biggest problem with this situation is that with the money she put for that one private school, that expensive private school, they said she could have built 25 fucking schools in Africa, rather than spend all the money on this one school. Like the amount of money that she spent on one school, she could have actually built a bunch of schools in Africa because she wanted to make it high class.
At the same time, then let's go back to the concept of if you have the money to buy a Ferrari, why don't you buy it? So she put all her money into this one school. Now, not to defend her, but...
And now the girls are missing.
And now these
So
young
I don't
ladies
get
are
it.
missing.
How were they kidnapped with a private jet? That's what doesn't make any
That's
sense.
a very good point.
See that we don't cover things up here at Social Venture.
Yeah. Well, we don't. Yeah.
We tell you the way we see it on the internet.
Yeah. We're just discussing.
Let's just ask the right questions.
We're not accusing.
Nope.
Right?
No.
No.
Absolutely.
But I don't like her.
Oprah?
Don't like her. Never liked her. Her and her stupid magazine and stupid show. She started off just like Jerry Springer.
So Texas Governor Greg Abbott designates Muslim Brotherhood and CARE as a terrorist organization. CARE is the Council on American Islamic Relations. And the reason is because recently the Muslim people in Texas, or the Muslim community, wanted to develop this massive property, 110 acres, called Epic City, and put on a massive mosque, schools, soccer fields, residential areas, duplexes and townhomes, high-end townhomes, not just regular. And this was going to be designated, for all people, but majority, it was going to be designated for the Muslim community. Here, if you can take a look at it, this is a rendering.
Did we talk about this a few shows ago too?
No.
This town that they were building.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
So because of this, and well, let me tell you the backstory of this. So there is a conservative commentator. I forgot her name. Tom, if you can Google Kev. What's her name? Marine Kev or something. And Glenn Beck, actually, when they found out about this, they said it's going to be called Sharia City.
Yeah.
Okay. And then after that, the DOJ got involved, Texas got involved, and they just started to shut down this project. And I just want to see what your take is on this.
First of all, has this ever been done before with Christians, with Catholics, with Jewish people? Or
Absolutely, yeah.
So they built whole communities?
Yeah. So the Hasidic Jews have multiple communities in New York. One of them is called, I think, New Square.
But did they build it, or did they just encompass it?
No, they built it. So they didn't literally build and say, "Oh, here's our plan. This is how we build." But in New Square, there's a population of, I think, 10,000, maybe a little bit less than 10,000 people, and it's all Hasidic Jews. And it's not only there. There's another city in New York, Kesker or something. New York, and it's, again, also only Hasidic Jews. It's just like Amish people living in Amish towns,
Okay, you know what? Sorry, Joe, but you
Go
know what?
ahead.
In Amish cities and Jewish towns, they're not chaining women to walls and stoning them, because of infidelity. They're not stoning them because they de-virginize themselves and dad's upset. Okay, you have no-go zones in France, where you do not go if you're as a tourist. And you're talking about setting up a city here in the United States based under Sharia law where mercy killings are acceptable.
So-
I've got a problem with that.
No, I get that. So I'm just playing a devil's advocate.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not saying this is, good or bad, but I'm just saying overall, under the, the First Amendment, under the Bill of Rights, we have the freedom of religion, we have the right to practice no religion or any religion here. And does this go against, their constitutional right?
Basically, I was going to say that, like you talked about how the Jews went into the neighborhoods and they took it over. But at least they're being very upfront of what they want to do. Okay?
Who? Oh, the
Muslims.
the Muslims.
So they're giving you a blueprint of what they want to do.
Yeah.
As long as they understand that you can't pull that shit here.
No, I'm sorry. I want to know where in their blueprints is the stoning wall. I'd like to know that. Where in their blueprints do they have...
But they should ask them. They should ask them. That should be a question. Like, over here is what you did, what happens. And they go, oh, we're not going to do that. Okay, well, look, we're going to hold you to that.
I want to believe it 100%. But they found it. They have found it in France. They have found it in England. You know what? I have a very difficult time with this, you guys.
And England and France.
I'm sorry. I have a
Europe.
daughter. I have a wife. No.
Yeah, England, France, Europe. They're all in terrible shapes. So in UK, there are I think like 80, 85 Sharia courts. They're not official. They can't be official because no law can supersede the law, for instance, of the United States or...
How many acres is this?
110 acres.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
So each acre, I think it's 47,000 square feet. 47,000 and some change.
There's nothing that big in any religion that they took over.
Yeah, well, yeah, no. So those two cities I mentioned in New York, they're small cities, but they have their own like mayor. They have their own city council. So New Square that I'm talking about, I think historically their mayor was the longest serving mayor in America because nobody ran against that mayor, and that mayor just constantly got reelected until he died in 2015, I think, or something like that.
Because he was endorsed by the rabbi?
Pretty much. And the rabbi, so that town, which I'm talking about, the Hasidic Jew town, is called here, New Square, New York. There you go. And by the way, this is one of it's the poorest city in the state of New York, which is surprising, right?
Because all that money goes to Israel?
I don't know. So
How
I don't
can
know.
you be poor?
It is. So it's the poor. So the median household income in New Square is about $21,000.
And they're all Jews?
Hasidic Jews, yes.
That money's going somewhere.
Yeah. So and then which is interesting. In New York State, that's the poorest city. In America, it's like one of the poorest cities in America. Here, the population in New Square is made up of exclusively of Hasidic Jews. Okay. Mostly from Skavir Hasidic movement who wish to maintain as a Hasidic lifestyle while keeping outside influences to a minimum. The predominant language spoken in New Square is Yiddish.
So what's the difference between this and the white Aryan movement?
White Aryan movement.
Well, they're saying,
there was another city. You're right. You're right.
So
I hadn't thought of anything like that.
they're saying they want to keep it basically all Jews.
Yes. And then that movement, which I think it got onto the news, there's this guy, where was it? In what state was it? He was making go ahead. It's in Arkansas. He was making a land where only white people can be there.
Yeah.
So that means I can't be there, because I'm not white. And
You are white.
you two can be there.
I can argue against that.
You
I
too-
do
you-
believe
you
the
too-
Armenians
you-
were the first whites on the planet.
You two can.
Dark hair, blue eyes. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm talking about Anglo-Saxon white.
Right.
That's
I
what
understand.
that's what I'm talking about.
Am I
you know.
considered that even though I have Spanish blood and
Yeah.
Italian blood?
What are your Myers? They're
I'm
not
married
gonna
to a Japanese.
question your
Well, I look Irish, but in German.
Yeah. So where is this in Tom? Arkansas? What city? Okay, yeah, it's this guy. So it's the same thing. If you think about it, and are they allowing this to happen? By the way, is it okay? A whites-only community in Arkansas has been quietly growing in numbers. 36 people now live in the extreme enclave, the 160-acre side. You're saying, is there anything bigger? 160-acre side near the rural town of Ravenden hosts a private membership group called Return to the Land, where several families reside. So now it's 36. I hope this doesn't turn into another, what's that guy's name, that cult where...
Jones?
No.
Jones, the other guy.
With the long hair guy that he said he's the Messiah, he's the prophet.
David Koresh?
No.
Yeah.
What?
I think that's it.
What is it?
Dave
In
Koresh.
Texas?
Yeah. In
Waco.
Texas. Yeah. That.
Yeah,
and then,
Waco.
and then he was having sex with everybody's wife, and they would sleep.
Well, wait a minute. That's what
He
they
would sleep with,
said.
like 5 women
Look,
at
I'm
a
That's
telling
time.
you
what-
right now, if I was head of a religious cult, I'd have sex
That's
with
what they
everybody's wife.
said
I mean, come
because
on, what's wrong with that?
fucking Janet Reno fucked up by attacking that. That's what they said because they got to do damage control. Well, he was raping little girls. Like Donald Trump last week was raping a little girl, according to the Democrats. They had the document with the redacted name of a woman who already said he never touched her. It's bullshit.
But that's the problem that this type of communities
Yes, I don't agree with
can
it.
have.
We need a melting pot.
And we are a melting pot.
Yes.
That's what America is. It's okay to have towns like, for instance, Glendale. It's all Armenian, for example.
Okay,
right?
here we go. How many acres is Glendale? They're coming to North Hollywood, Burbank.
Glendale's pretty big.
God damn Armenians.
Yeah, y'all better love the Armenians. Okay, we built this. No, I'm kidding. But if we didn't build it, we at least made it 100 times better than what it was before.
No, compared to what it was,
I
it's a
I-
much
I-
more
I gotta
thriving
say,
city
absolutely,
today
of
than
course.
when I was a young man growing up.
Absolutely. Armenians build anywhere they go. Any city in the world they go. If it's terrible city, they will make it into a fantastic one.